Little push. عادل صالح الجهيمان.
If I gave you this hoop, how much time and effort would it take you to balance it? So when you leave it, it will not fall down. Endless, because it's impossible. But there is one thing we can do to change the impossible into something very easy. All it needs is a little push. Madam Contest Chair, dear guests and Toastmasters, that's what I needed to speak for the first time in my life before a group of professionals like you. All I needed to do that was a little push. You know how old I was at that time? I was at my 5th year after 40. 45 years of wasted time and effort hiding from public speaking. Until one day, my boss came to me and said, Adil, after 4 months, we will have a conference and you will present a paper on behalf of the department. Tomorrow, I will sit with you and talk about it. Then, whoosh, he disappeared. 4 months later, at the conference, on the stage, I was so prepared and so scared. But I cannot describe my feelings stepping off the stage after I finished. All I needed to do that was a little push. After that, I decided to join Toastmasters to gain more confidence. I visited one of those clubs, and the first thing I saw there was someone in the front, scanning our faces, looking for those who pretend to be busy. Then you know what's next. He called one of them to the front and gave him a subject to talk about without any preparation. At that moment, I felt there was a storm in my head and my stomach. I left that club and they never saw me again. I learned from that it's a good idea to push someone else than to be pushed. That's why I targeted one of the employees in my department. He is so efficient, if you can find him. One day, I went to his office, and luckily, he was there. I said to him, Khalid, after 4 months, we will have a conference, and you will present a paper on behalf of the department. Tomorrow, I will sit with you and talk about it. Then, whoosh, I disappeared. Next day, early in the morning, I went to his office. Surprisingly, he was at his desk. 4 months later, Khalid's paper was one of the best. At that time, I left that job. And 3 years later, I had an email from Khalid with his picture holding the Employee of the Year award. All he needed to do that was a little push was all I needed to be here today. That happened last year when I visited a newly established Toastmasters club in our company. And one of my friends was standing in the front, scanning our faces, looking for those who pretend to be busy. Then he pointed at me. Adil, would you please be the first table-to-speak speaker? Oh, you think I left the club? That was the little push which made me join the club. Guess, what was the first thing I did in that club? I finished my 10 competent communicator speeches in less than 6 months. You know why I did that? They told me, if you are a speaker, no one can call you for the table topic. That was the little push. what I learned from all that is, behind each success journey, there was a little push. The question is, when are you going to push yourself? Friends, 45 years is a long time to wait for someone to give you that little push. Today, I am here to give each one of you a little push. Would you please raise your hand? Put it on the nearest shoulder to you and give a little push. A little push has changed my life, and it could change your life. But remember, it is just the beginning, and to keep going forward, we have to keep giving, to keep giving, to keep giving, keep pushing.